Hello, and welcome to Unreal Engine 4X Projects, a video course by Pact Publishing, designed to get you up and running with Epic Games' very powerful Unreal Engine 4. My name is Mike Sill, and I'll be the author for this course. To give you a little bit of background information, I've worked with Unreal Engine since 2007, since the days of Unreal 2K4. I've obtained a game art and design degree with a strong focus on 3D modular assets and world building from the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Since then, I've been fortunate enough to work alongside great minds and artists in the film and video game industry to create 3D projects for amusement parks, AAA video games, and virtual reality. My notable projects include Ubisoft Massive's survival DLC trailer for The Division at E3 2016. I also heavily helped with the 3D thrill ride Mass Effect New Earth, which was rendered entirely with Unreal Engine 4. I've also worked on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, as well as a few other Hollywood movies which have yet to come out. I love working and watching others develop their skills and can't wait to see what you develop after learning this material. Let's take a look at what's in store. We'll start off in Section 1 with a brief overview of Unreal Engine 4's editor. We'll learn the basics of world building, navigation, tool and viewport manipulation, as well as asset creation, the engine's material editor, and the powerful physics-based rendering process. And lastly, we'll wrap it up with a guide to blueprints. Once we've mastered the Unreal alphabet, we'll move on to Section 2. In this section, we'll start developing our first of two game projects, a recreation of the arcade classic, Pong. We'll develop the environment, then we'll move on to develop the player movement and paddle and custom game mode. We'll develop a secondary player with basic artificial intelligence movement and tracking. From there, we experiment with the game ball physics, and lastly, tie in goals and an endgame. In Section 3, we'll spice up our Pong game by adding new features, a new look, and a new perspective. We'll set up a UI to track score on our paddles. We'll develop a secondary method to hit the ball back and forth. We'll also add pop bumpers and multi-ball, and lastly, we'll implement a game clock to count down and end the game, and we'll add some particle effects for fun. In Section 4, we move on to the development of our second game. By utilizing an Unreal Engine 4 template to help us get started, we'll recreate the arcade classic Donkey Kong. In this, we'll utilize our given character and specify jump height and movement speed. From there, we'll implement our first obstacle, and then we'll learn to create a power-up, manipulate platforms, and reach an end goal. In Section 5, we'll learn about the concept of line tracing or raycasting. Then, we'll implement a scoring system, followed by the creation of 2 more levels. Lastly, we'll learn how to travel between those levels and wrap up our nearly finished game. In Section 6, we'll add polish to the game by unifying the look and feel and adding a menu. We'll learn about Unreal Motion Graphics and its widget blueprint editor. Then, we'll manipulate the look and feel of our game by modifying lookup tables and adding new assets. Lastly, we'll add sound to the game and play it to make sure it functions nicely. If you'd like to learn more about these topics, hop on in and I'll see you on the other side.